Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. My name is Javera Najwa Madina from 9.4. My address is 15. So guys, for today I can reading about the text. So the text A. I'll never forget the first time I met our new contact from Retrolink. One of our top 5 customer. I had traveled to their office to meet him in person, talk about the history of our companies together, and define a shared vision for future cooperation. I want to focus on building a good relationship with him, which would be a good foundation for working together. So, the we met, I want to make a good impression and also show him respect. I greet him with a head shake and address him by his surname. When I put my hand out, realized he had been moving in to give me a hug. So we did a workout. Mixture of the two. Also, where I greet him by his surname, he responded politely. Though he used my first name, it was all a little uncomfortable. In this situation, I made assumptions about the level of formality he expected, even though he had never met me before. He knew our two companies had been doing business with each other for years, and he wants to build on that history by being less formal with me from the beginning. During the real learning here for me was that I should assume we all have the same ideas about meeting people for the first time. Uh, Text B. I'd never worked with a virtual team on an international project before. It was quite exciting, though also challenging to work with people from different countries, many of whom I would never actually get to meet in person. There were a lot of things that were different about working in the same office, and it was quite challenging at the beginning. For example, there were different time zones, different IT system, and even different local regulation, which impact on what each person was allowed to or able to do for the project. There, there were also interpersonal differences, such as different ways of working, approaches of deadlines, and when to reply to emails. And we should forget to fact that English was the project language and that most people on the team had to work in language which wasn't their first. A positive of this was that it meant that everyone, including the native English speakers, had to make the effort to communicate clearly and clarify their own and everyone else understanding to help us all get on the same page. We define the communication norms and the rules the team will follow, as well as the meeting dates and deadlines. We laid this all out in a document called a team or project charter. This was really useful, and in the end project was a great success. I'm looking forward to working on next international project. And then the taxi. I went through a bit of a roach patch last year at work. I was already committed to too much, and we lost a team member to charging and quickly became overloaded. This led to me doing too much overtime and feeling very stressed. My boss was really helpful and she pushed back against the unrealistic targets that had been set for our department. She also introduced me to the SMART approach to goal setting. It's an acronym SMART. You, you use it to create goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. I use this approach to deal with all of the things that were overloading me. It helped me to prioritize some tasks, to do some later, and to drop some completely. I often use this approach now and feel much more and in control of my time and workload. And then taxi. Have you ever missed a flight or had one call? I did. It happened to me last week. My flight home from a business trip was the last one of the day, and we were told it was going to be delayed. That's always a risk at the end of each day. The crown crew kept extending the delay until eventually they concluded the flight completely. They then told us to go back through the airport to the departures area to talk to their agents who would organize hotel for everyone and rebook us on the following day's flight. As soon as as they met the announcement about the cancellation, I knew I had to think quickly as it would not be likely that the flight would have capacity to take everyone from my current flight. I heard by George the airport and was one of the first to make it to the desk. That that turned out look to be a good idea, as there were only 9 seats available on the flight the next morning. Everyone else had to to a different airport and then continue back to our destination airport in cautious. Look me, right? So reading for me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.